Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea. Welcome back to a high level best of 5. Today, in the bottom left, spawning as the Blue Protoss player playing for Team Dragon Phoenix Gaming, it's going to be herO. And in the top right, it will be Gumiho. Oi, 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 oi. I already saw a probe move out on the side of herO, and now we're seeing an SCV move out on the side of Gumiho. There's actually a pretty decent chance that these two bad boys are going to meet and kiss in the middle, or at least they'll wave to one another. herO definitely spotted it. I am 99% sure that Gumiho also figured out what's going on here. I think herO wanted to open up here with what I can only imagine to be either a proxy gate with a second pylon, like a pylon over here, gateway added there, or a probe scout that blocks the opponent's barracks, or scouts a potential SCV moving out. And I guess in this case herO did succeed. So is chrono boosting his probes at home. It is extremely expensive to send your first worker across the map. We're talking 60, 70, 80 minerals or so. It's insane how much it costs, and it snowballs a little as well. It is just very, very expensive. Please do not underestimate this. herO is going to decide to open this up with a double gas opener here into a cybernetics core, and most likely as a follow-up a Stargate. At least that's what I'm thinking. I could be incorrect. I've been incorrect in the past before. But knowing herO and knowing how he likes to play, this feels like the most likely option that he has. Gumiho, on the other hand, will most likely play a single Reaper. Oh, I love this bunker. No, yeah, I'm in love with this bunker. This bunker is freaking brilliant. A lot of Terrans look at this and they go, hey, I don't actually think that I want to build a bunker like somewhere. But this bunker is great because it will delay the nexus of herO even further. herO is going to keep his Zealot upstairs, at least for a little bit, because he wants to deal with any potential Reapers that could be coming in. He will not be ready for the bunker. We're going to see a second Reaper now that Gumiho realizes that this bunker is going to finish up. Gumiho is going to get a full-on scout here, a free full-on scout, sees the Adept being chrono boosted, or at least sees a gateway unit being chrono boosted, and sees the Stargate on the way. Right now, Gumiho can set up the perfect response. The greatest oh my god, are you kidding me? Almost lost that freaking Reaper. Holy crap, this guy has balls of steel. You can't be serious. Come on, buddy. No, go back in, go back in. I know you want to go back in. This is some tight play, honestly. This is some really tight StarCraft 2. So this probe is still running around. It's going to get taken out by a Reaper right now, as herO decides to split up his bases. Nexus gets built in the third base location. Gumiho's natural base gets built in the main. So both players will be, well, somewhat delayed with mining from their regular natural base. Gumiho is going to sell that bunker right now and run away with the Reaper at the same time. herO's of course going to let this Nexus finish. This is super uncomfortable to play though if you're herO. You know your opponent is going to get a Cyclone in time. Yeah, I actually like this Twilight Council as a follow-up. You can't really go into a second Oracle here. It's just not going to be too useful. Gumiho already adding Barracks 2 and 3. So Gumiho also just... I think Gumiho's in a good spot here, honestly. I'm gonna be real with you all. This is a really nice spot right now for Gumiho. Equal in workers. Second base timing, practically the same. Infrastructure is fine. He's not going to take any damage whatsoever. It's literally impossible to take damage at this point. Oh, Gumiho's even... Okay. I think he saw the fact that nothing else was building from the Stargate. So despite Gumiho not scouting the Twilight Council, he will be aware of the fact that it's going to be a Twilight Council. If nothing is being produced from a Stargate after a single Oracle, 9 out of 10 times. Now more like 98 out of 100 times. It is going to be straight up Blink. It could be Charge. It could also be a robotics facility and some weird 2-base Colossi without Phoenixes. But it's extremely unlikely and also not very good. So I'm a big fan of Gumiho here, getting 2 Cyclones just to be safe. You never know what's going to happen. It's completely possible that herO wanted to attack with like a single Oracle and 4 or 5 Gateway units. In that case, having the second Cyclone is extremely valuable. Turret is already going down in the natural. Turret has already finished up in the main base. And like I mentioned before, the overall worker count is advantageous right now for Gumiho. Usually we see Protoss being up 8 to 9 workers at this point. That is not quite the case yet. herO is also going to struggle getting a third base in time, because he's already producing a lot of units from these 3 gates. Probably wants to put on some pressure, but I don't think this pressure is going to achieve very much. Ooh. Wait a second, we have a build order here. Oh, this definitely is a build order. Gumiho playing a 3-base tank, or sorry, a 3-rex tank push with 2 reactors. Now, why am I so excited by this? It's because it's something that we don't see very often. Usually, whenever people play a build like this, they'll get 2 tech labs. The reason for that is so that they can get not only stim, a Cyclone for a Stalker there, but they can also get their combat shield going, so when they push out, they have both of these upgrades. Gumiho here, however, says, hey, I actually prefer getting more Marines out, but not having combat shield if I push out very fast. It's also possible that, as a result, Gumiho is going to kind of push at an odd timing. A lot later than usual, but with a lot more units because of that extra reactor, and just because of the fact that he's going to hit later because he wants to wait for combat shield. Now, this Oracle is going to get a revelation. Honestly, if I'm a Protoss player and I scout 2 reactors on 2 barracks and 1 tech lab on the other barracks, I'm not entirely sure what to think. I kind of like the fact that herO went into 8 gate off of 2 bases first. It seems like a very safe play. It probably was meant for aggression. But if you scout this, and you scout the complete lack of a starport as well, I honestly believe here that herO is in a fine position, playable at least, defensively playable. Surely. Still no starport on the way here for our good friend Gumiho, who is outmining his opponent right now by about, 150 to 200 minerals a minute. It's often difficult to say. You see this army starting to move out, but I mean, herO can kite this for days, especially with herO's micro. This is going to be easy peasy. There's no medevacs here that can heal these Marines either, which means that stimming is an unrealistic way to deal with this. I think this is a suicide mission here for Gumiho. I don't think he should continue. There's too many Stalkers. You're gonna bleed out like 8, 9, 10, 12 Marines. This is simply not possible. Tank is going to get attacked as well. See 1 tank now sieging up. Yeah, I think leapfrogging forward slowly but surely is actually the only thing that you can do right now. You're just gonna bleed out way too many units. Couple of shots out of the tanks. A lot of Marines have fallen already. Currently 8 Marines have gone down. That is a significant portion of this army. I mean, it's 30 Marines total. It's like losing, what, 25-ish%? Yeah, exactly 25%. Well, it was more. Actually less. 20%. If they were still alive. It is a lot of units, though. Oh my god, this is way more units, though. herO coming in with the flank. Marines do have their combat shield finished up. +1 is also done. But this fight is definitely going in favor of herO right now. Super battery being activated at the same time. Gumiho gets pushed back and herO takes a massive dub here in the defense. Yeah, just too many Marines going down beforehand. And also too much preparation time here for herO. Gumiho just kind of broadcasting to the world what he wanted to do. herO is going to counterattack. I'm usually not a huge fan of this type of move because I don't find it necessary. He's already up a base. He just had a great fight. I don't think you need to attack up a ramp into a full wall at this point. What you do need to do is getting 4 gases, throwing down a Templar Archives, and going into Storm. That's exactly what we're doing. If your opponent is playing very heavy on the Marines, Storm often is a tool that can, well, straight up win the game for you. I love the robotics facility here, and I wouldn't mind seeing a double forge with this as well. Just getting those upgrades, despite them being later, if you get double forge, you can often just catch up with them. Forward base as well at the same time. There's a lot of things happening here at once. herO still needs to be a little bit careful. Can just go absolutely mental. Did lose a couple of zealots here at the wall. I think probably, well, both of these tanks actually have 3 kills. So that means that at least 6 units have gone down here, because these were fresh tanks. Still 12 supply that you lost for free. It's not great. Now, this Prism with the 4 Templar is going to finish up. +1 attack is on the way. I would have preferred armor personally, as it's going to be a majority Marine army. So being capable of tanking more shots with your zealots, I think is often more important. We see a scan here. Perfect scan out of Gumiho. After scanning this, I wonder what he's going to do. Will he continue with double eBay and just get his 2-2 started? Or will he start his +2 attack and then throw down a Ghost Academy to get those faster ghosts out? Knowing Gumiho, I think it's going to be a fast 2-2. He loves these superior upgrades. However, I don't think it's actually possible to play this type of game right now. I almost feel like he's forced into some type of 2.5 base all-in SCV pool with Ghost. Then again, these builds usually aren't so great if there's a couple of Templars out already. We have 4 Templar in a Prism, 2 Templar at home. Excuse me, 4 Templar at home. I just don't see where the other 2 are. The main? Yeah, there's 2 in the main. Oh, okay, 1 in the main, 1 at the third, 2 in the natural. This Oracle got... got a tag of that army. 5 workers will end up falling here. The Prism is flying towards the bottom side of the map. 40 Marines out. No SCVs are being constructed. So it's going to be a 2.5 base all in. Perhaps with 2-2. I still think you need a Ghost Academy with this, honest to God. I just don't think it's viable to play this without a Ghost Academy. The sniper. The sniper! Gumiho the sniper. Can he do it? He was looking for a snipe. He's not quite going to get it. Instead we'll go for this pylon. That might cost him this medevac though. Stalker's moving in position right now. We get attack. Ooh. Feedback, feedback. Gets the feedback. Still has vision, of course, on this medevac. Ooh, he's going to redrop here on the bottom side. That means that this medevac is going to end up dying. This is a fake sensor tower. Oh my, I've never seen this before. This is a fake sensor tower. He's not building any workers, but he's pretending to play macro by building a sensor tower here. herO might actually take a 5th base at this point because of that. Yeah, there we go. The fakes, I've never seen a move like this in my life. I'm not sure what this turret is for, but maybe for a potential observer. I mean, there's just no mining on this 3rd base. There's not enough workers. Workers haven't been produced in a while either. And this is just going to be a massive push out here soon for Gumiho. I wonder... Oh, mine! Boom! Oracle's going to get taken out. What's the vision like? Oh, my hero's going to attack into this. This is a dream scenario for Gumiho. If herO actually attacks into this, this is the only way that Gumiho can win. The sensor tower is baiting this out. It is purely the sensor tower, I believe. This is not an attack that herO can do whatsoever. Please go back, herO. You should not be attacking up this ramp at all. I think this is literally the only way that he can lose. He can also win with this. But don't forget, he's down 3 upgrades currently. He has an insane amount of storms though. And there's no ghost out yet. A couple of storms are going to connect with a lot of these marines. Tanks in the back. Oh, what you doing? Is this a flank? Are we flanking this army? Where's the rest of Gumiho's army? There's so much in the main. He forgot his reinforcements. That's like 35 supply in the main base. At the same time, we have a big run by. No medevacs though. A couple of Colossi are at home, and this is already a bruised up army. I don't think that's quite going to work out. Can we get a stim forward? Yes, we can. Colossi going to take a lot of damage. Super battery gets activated. Oh, snipe on the super battery. Snipe on 2 Colossi here immediately as well. Supply in favor of Gumiho still. Starts taking out pylons right now. Wants to perhaps go for this robotics facility. Don't completely mind that, honestly. Here comes the rest of Gumiho's army. Couple of mines still stuck behind this depot. If Gumiho was just on top of the ramp with his entire army, I really believe he could have held that. I really do believe that. 97 supply against 102, and right now 2-1 is about to finish up for herO. That means that the upgrade lead isn't as favorable or isn't as advantageous anymore here for Gumiho as it was before. Storms are connecting with everything. Man, this fake sensor tower did some work, and I believe that if he had his entire army on top of that ramp, it could have worked. What a brilliant little mind game there. Such a high level play, but it's not going to be enough because of the poor early game that Gumiho had in this game. herO is going to walk over and say, hello my friend. I like your tricks, but I like my storms even more. GG gets called as herO wins game number 1. Here we are in game number 2 between herO and Gumiho. We see Gumiho opening up with a proxy barracks. This is what we'd often refer to as a fake proxy. This type of build order you'd want to basically your opponent to scout. Which is obviously what's not happening here, because herO hasn't sent out a single worker yet. You want them to see the lack of a barracks and then overreact at home. That is the entire goal here. herO, however, decided to opt for a no scout, core first into Nexus opener, which is probably the ideal opener against exactly what Gumiho is doing here. He's doing it blindly, which is great. He's gonna get a pylon down here as well. Now there is still one thing that could go wrong, and that's in case this SCV doesn't get spotted. Ooh, did get spotted, but maybe it didn't. No, it definitely did get spotted. Maybe you can get a bunker down, and that could be good. But yeah, if you don't get a bunker down, I don't really think anything's going to be possible. Of course, Gumiho sees the lack of a zealot over here. I still think he's going to try and build a bunker, right? That's what I would think you'd do. Reaper is being sent out already at this point. No bunker. Factory being constructed in the main? Yes. Ooh. Tech lab on the barracks. Marauder follow-up. Marauder Hellion, I guess, then. Reaper did not manage to get a kill, as the Adept is out already. Of course, had a very long journey. How did this bad boy get in? I thought that was a full wall. I'm sorry, but I want to know what happened here. I thought this was a full wall. I was not paying attention to what was happening here. I was looking at the Reaper instead. Okay, he just had the depot down, I guess. That's a pretty sloppy error, honestly. Because it shows that there's no barracks in the main base yet. Usually, if it's a close-by proxy near the Terran main base, the barracks flies in towards the main. And that's kind of what herO is looking for. It's like, hey, where's that barracks? Why isn't it back in your main base yet? And now that herO won't see a second Reaper come out, he'll be really confused here. At least, he should be very confused. If there's no second Reaper, that means there's a barracks on the map that either has a reactor on it or a tech lab. And that means most likely there's going to be some aggression coming in as well. I'd say a perfect opportunity to build a battery. herO, however, disagrees. Ooh. Cancels the Twilight, builds a robotics facility, so he knows something is going on. Cutting workers in a big way as well. Chrono on the warp gate here. Chrono on the second Stalker as well. There is, however, going to be 2 Marauders out at this point already. Double Robo? Excuse me. I've never seen this build before. But herO he's doing something here. First Adept is going to take a lot of damage. Is going to fall without any major issues here. This pylon could be in trouble, but these probes also could be in trouble. I'm not even quite sure what you're going for here. Ideally, of course, you take out some of these Stalkers if you can. A lot of workers are falling pretty low. No battery in the main base yet either. Hellion taking a little bit of damage. Is Reaper too far in front? Could get targeted down here. Hellions continue dishing out a fair share of damage. 1 Stalker is going to fall. We see 6, 7, 8, maybe 9. Can we get 9? Oh my god, we can get 11 apparently. Oh, we can get 13. 13 workers going down right now on the side of herO. And as herO has no way to counter except building a prison with one of his 2 robotics facilities, he's in a world of trouble. He really is in a world of trouble. Cyclone is on the way at home already. We have Stim starting up, but don't forget there's concussive shells on these Marauders, so that means that the moment these Stalkers walk up a ramp and these Marauders are going to be in position, which, let's face it, they are going to be in position. This could be great here for Gumiho. Ooh. Marauders moving towards the far right side. Cyclone out as well right now. All of these Stalkers are just straight up going to die. Locks onto the incorrect unit, but I don't think it's going to matter. GG gets called as Gumiho wins game 2. After the terrible start in that last game, herO decided that this time around he's going to prefer going in with a really quick scout once more. So perhaps the first time around it also had nothing to do with him wanting to proxy gate, and he just likes scouting this quick to know for sure that there's no SCV in the map, or to know for sure the timing on any type of proxy. Kind of like that. It's an overly safe play perhaps in the eyes of some people, but I don't really mind it. I think it's a good call. I really do believe it's a good call. Proxy is going to be moving around and harassing these workers a fair bit. I have to wait and see what herO's actual follow-up is going to be. It's a fair chunk of damage in there. Do like that. Are we going to see a core here, or is this just going to be a gate into a nexus? I do believe this is going to be a core. We have a lot of mining going on in this gas as well. No workers being sent out though to build the core. Hello, herO. Good lord, this is pain. Cybernetics are going down at 130. The usual timing for a core first is 126. Oh, sorry, 124. So this core is legit 6 seconds too late. That is really late. 6 seconds, that's a lot of time. I once tried holding my breath for 6 seconds. That is harder than most people think it is. 3. So yeah, 6 seconds on the cyber core means that the first Adept is going to be 6 seconds late as well. That means that the Reaper has a little bit of extra time. Luckily though for herO, this Reaper is going to try and find the probe. And it's not just going to try and find it, it's going to succeed in that as well. Factory is on the way here for Gumiho. Oh my god. This worker has no HP left. Gotta be careful that the critter doesn't walk by and accidentally kills the SCV. I know the critters don't have attack damage, but they might just stare at this SCV angrily and will fall apart. This is a very, very weak SCV. A single shot of an adept, a single attack of a probe, all of these things will take it out. Second gas being constructed as well right now. This feels like a triple Hellion drop to me. The way that it looks. Triple Hellion vibes right now. Marines up here. Orbital is going to finish up. There's 3 shots still left to be had on this SCV. It's gonna sacrifice the SCV. It's going to be a mine drop. Perhaps with an armory then? Is a possibility. It's also a possibility that it's just a regular mine drop that's just going to hit way quicker. Reaper's actually getting a little bit of damage done here. 2 adepts are on the other side. No, sorry, that's still just 1 adept. No, it's 2 adepts. I was correct. 2 adepts are on the other side of the map. There's no factory here. That means that these adepts could do a little bit of damage. At the same time, though, the Reaper already is dealing a little bit of damage. 2 workers are being taken out. These Marines are popping as well. Don't forget that behind this, we have this mine drop coming in soon. Marine 4 and 5, once these pop out, this little push is going to most likely end. Ooh, 1 Marine is going to fall here. 1 Adept is going to fall as well. 2 for 1 trade, 2 Marines go down. 1 Adept falls at the same time. Oh my god, he's F2ing back home. He's F2ing back home. This mine should not be F2ing back home, my friend. It needs to stay over here. There we go. Send him back to the medevac. Oracle across the map is going to take out 2 workers. What do we have at home? Another Oracle coming in. We have a single Adept at home as well. That means that a double mine drop is now going to head in. A Liberator as a follow-up. We'll see if herO is quick enough with the response. The answer is... meh? Maybe? I don't know. No! Not fast enough. Unbelievable. The unburrow burrow did it again here. And we're gonna get another big hit. Oh, yo. That could have been a lot bigger. Actually, only was 2. Still 2 mines in this medevac. Liberator is on the way. And the Liberator is going to kind of sync up together with the second shot of these mines. This mine is trying to run back in towards the main base. Is going in for a burrow. Is it going to be enough? Well, at least one of them is going to be just fine. Do we get a hit? No, he's retargeting. We do get a hit right now. Liberator moves in, and that means that a couple extra workers are going to fall. Ooh, 1, 2, and another full pool away here. Oracle in the main base will try to kill some SCVs. Will not quite succeed. There's 2 Oracles left here, and there's plenty of Marines to deal with them, I do believe. Oh, we still have an active mine in here? That's kind of sick. Another Lib? No way. Surely that's a bad call. Surely that is a bad call. This is a good call, lifting that mine, because if you don't lift that mine, you're actually going to be in trouble as a Protoss player here. Mules are going to end up dropping. Do we have enough Marines in the main base? The answer is no. That means that a couple of these SCVs are going to get taken out. That is 3. That's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 SCVs go 8, 9, 10? No, 9 SCVs. DPG herO still going to be down overall in this game. Up in workers. No tech though. At the same time, second barracks only now finishing here for our good friend Gumiho. eBay has finished up. Gas mining is very little. 4 gases before a third as well. Liberator goes in towards the main base. He's going to surprise herO a little bit at least. Again, no mining for quite a while in the main. And 2 workers going down. So definitely worthwhile investment here in that lib. No, just gonna get at least one of these Reapers. I hope. If he micros even remotely well. He's gonna get it. Up, there we go. Third barracks on the way. Third command center on the way. Build the third gas, you prick. I want to say it as well. The 333. Half a devil. Oh, just going to be some depots here. At least for now. reactor on the factory, and we see barracks 4 and 5 being thrown down at the same time. This feels really, really good for Gumiho, by the way. Just overall, this feels ridiculously good for Gumiho. We still see herO stuck on, well, 2 bases. It's now getting a robotics facility. We'll need to try and camp on 2 bases with Stalker Sentry and then eventually transition into Colossi, but I'm having a really difficult time seeing it happen, to be honest. He's down, what, 12 supply at this point already? He has a slower 3rd base. He has worse upgrades. Has no tech yet. There's no redeeming qualities in this entire game here for herO. He's just dead. The question is, does he know it? And, well, as he has 2 oracles that provide a lot of vision, I think the answer might just be yes. He's aware of the 3rd. He's aware of the army size. He's aware of the fact that he just lost an oracle to a mine. Let's take a quick look here on the side of Gumiho. See his first person view. Gets a scan, sees 4 gas. It's interesting. Also saw some probes moving towards the 3rd base, which usually indicates that the Protoss player has expanded. Oh my god, 2nd oracle also gets taken out. So vision is going to disappear soon. There's not a single stasis on the map. I don't want to say that this game is over, but I mean, we're going to need a freaking miracle here for our good friend herO. Now, he is a bit of a miracle worker. He has 3 sentries and 2 batteries. I've seen him defend with less. I've seen him defend with 2 sentries and a battery. Marauder's gonna get targeted down here. Uh-oh. The force field's being thrown here as well. 89 supply for herO against Gumiho's 111. The majority of that, of course, is going to be in army as well. Armory has already finished up. That means we're going into 2-1 right now for Gumiho. I'm going to try and fight this, but feels like that's pushing it maybe a little bit too far at least. Phoenix going to come in as well. That sounds like an F2 move, or looks like an F2 move in my eyes. There's no Guardian Shield remaining, no Force Shields remaining either. We're going to get 2 lifts on these Marauders. Well, 1 Marauder will fall, the other one gets picked up. Decent Blink Micro. We're going to need another Super Battery, I think, in order to survive the next wave. Here come more of Gumiho's units. Gumiho up 30-ish supply at this point. Isn't even using Stim right now. +1 armor is about to finish up for our Terran player. But at the same time, 1-1 altogether is about to finish up here for herO, who actually has a decent-ish eco right now. 65 workers, but is just completely lacking in tech. Has no 6 gases, has no Templar Archives, no Robo Bay, no Immortals, no Sentries. This is as basic as you're gonna get it. This is like buying a black coffee at Starbucks. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Mine is going to get targeted down this prism. Gumiho wants to get a snipe off on it, but will not quite manage to do that. 4th base being built in position right now for... Oh, what happened here? Wow. 3 mine drops. He's gonna take out the diamond workers. I was gonna say 4th base being built in position for Gumiho. At the same time doing a drop in towards the main base. We still have a little bit of an army over here on the low ground. The zealots are going to get taken out as well. There's reinforcements. There's a mine over here. Well, I say there's reinforcements, and indeed there is, so I was correct. Zealots are not really being used right now. At the same time, we still have these things going on. 22 workers taken out on the side of herO. Ay, 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 ay. That surely wasn't very good. No gases yet being taken, which means that the Ghost Academy and +3 is going to be a little bit delayed here for Gumiho. I think he can just set up for a push. Or he can also just sit back, wait and relax. He doesn't actually need to attack. Mine is burrowing right now. There's 49 army supply for herO. He's down an upgrade. There's so many med effects, which gives this army a crap ton of sustain. There's still no splash whatsoever here either for our Korean Protoss player. So he's kind of forced back. He's going to send out this prism which contains a couple of stalkers. Like, you might be capable of harassing, but even if you kill 10 workers here, it's not going to be enough. You need to kill 25, 30 workers if your name is herO in this game, and then you're going to be in a very playable position. But otherwise, no, not so much. This thing is going to morph into a planetary and then will be capable of defending itself. This prism is going to get pushed back. We have another mine drop heading in. Let's take a look at it. I have a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling about this. 8 kills on those 2 mines will end up getting taken out. There's a 4th base going up here on the far right side, but Gumiho is just going to move out. And I think he's smelling a kill right now. He really seems like he's smelling a kill. And I think he can do it. Still relatively low gas here for herO. We go back into first person for Gumiho. Low worker count, 65 on 4 bases. Goes for a massive pickup. Oh, he's going to get somewhat spotted here. Oh, no target down on that one medevac. Would have cost Gumiho about 10 supply or so. And there's the first Immortal out. So we see a transition into Immortals. But without Templar here to support, without Colossi in the back, and without sufficient supply, I think this, my good friends, is just going to be it. Move forward coming out of Gumiho. 175 supply against 83. Super Battery gets activated on the right side. Prism still alive as well. Allows for a couple of pickups perhaps. No, Immortal isn't even going to get picked up. And that is going to be a GG gets called. Gumiho wins game number 3. Alrighty friends, here's game number 4. As we have Gumiho once again sending out an SCV. And it is for a fake proxy barracks once more. Gumiho really fond of either proxying or fake proxying. I can kind of understand that against herO in a way. Whereas like, hey, herO is a player that likes to either not scout or open with some type of fast stack himself fairly often. So if you get a fake proxy off, it allows you to get a really quick factory. And it often baits an early zealot as well. I think this is quite good for the Terran, like build order wise. It also kind of takes the initiative away from herO, which build order wise doesn't do a lot for you, but just mentally might do a little bit for you, and takes away from herO one of his main strengths, which is being in control. herO is really good when he's in control of a series, when he's in control of a game. That is less so going to be the case in this type of game, because it is just fairly obvious what's going on here. I mean, you're going to need a Zealot most likely, you're going to need a slightly delayed Nexus, and you'll have a very quick tech here as a Terran, so you're just feeling a little bit better. I can imagine as a Terran in this type of scenario. Nexus is going to be built here at 148. Zealot will finish up and most likely will be sent across the map as well. No, it's going to stay at home for now. Nexus was a bit delayed for no real reason. Surprising. And an Adept starts immediately here. We could see Warp Gate, but also potentially wait for a Stargate. herO is a huge fan of Stargate openers. Specifically, the Oracle is one of his favorite units. Although I wouldn't want to, want to speak for him. But whenever I see him play, I feel like he's very powerful when he gets 2 Oracles. When he gets 1 or 2 Oracles out, there's a couple of Adepts with that as well. He feels almost unbeatable. Second Adept is on the way, and the Stargate goes down at 228. Now, for the people that don't live and breathe StarCraft every single day of the week, 228 Stargate is relatively late. So a standard timed Stargate in a Nexus before core situation would be 218. A standard timed core before Nexus Stargate would maybe be 223, 224. And this is still a solid 5-6 seconds slower than that. This is because he built a Zealot and a very delayed second gas. He also went for a second gateway unit that cost gas before he threw down the Stargate. We often see Protoss players get 1 Adept, then Stargate, and then an Adept again. It delays your second Adept by a little bit, so you can't deny scouting quite as well, but it does allow you to get a way faster Stargate. That's not quite the case here for herO. herO is going to make its way across the map with this Zealot. At the same time, we see Gumiho opening up with a Viking. So despite not getting any info, Gumiho managed to figure out what it is. He knows, okay. Ooh, almost got a hit off there, but not quite. Good movement out of herO, honestly. The mine is going to move a little further forward. Cyclone or tank? It's going to be a tank. So perhaps Viking. Ooh, a tech lab. Huh. I was gonna say Viking into medevac maybe, then some type of push. That's not really going to be the case here. The Zealot is going to get hit. Perhaps we can get a... Oh, mine is going to get away. That is beautiful. That is lovely even. That's a free kill right there. It's going to be a Raven. You gotta be kidding me. This is a Raven Rush build order here out of Gumiho. This is the one thing that I really did not expect out of the Korean Terran player. But he is doing it. Supply drop. That's also something you don't really expect at a high level. Gumiho is a player that sometimes is a little bit sloppy in the early game. His overall position, by the way, in this game is not that great, honestly. Very defensive opener. Very, very defensive opener. Tank, Raven, Viking. Late extra barracks being added here. Third base already on the way for herO. I'm wondering if there's any type of pressure that Gumiho can really put on at this point. And I'm just kind of running through the options in my head. Oh yeah, he's not building workers. Is this a joke? What? He just didn't build workers for legit 10 seconds there. That cost him 2 workers. He's just taking breaks when it comes to SCV production. I've never seen this before in my life. It wasn't like he was cutting for something, right? At least I didn't see it. Is he going to move out soon? I'm sorry, I'm just really confused as to what this build order is exactly. Okay, we get a double mine drop at literally the weirdest timing ever. It's going to straight up fly into this pylon with a gateway as well. Which I think Gumiho is probably going to be okay with. Should get some scouting info. Medevac is not going to die either, which is nice as well. Please just go back home, buddy. He doesn't know that there's phoenixes out, of course. These phoenixes are going to see this Medevac. Medevac is just going to get taken out. That means 2 mines will... What? He's going to... This is not something you can commit into, is it? 2 auto turrets get thrown down. Every single adept dies. Phoenixes stay alive. And I think the Oracle also fell. 4 workers went down somehow, some way. Okay, that must have been the Viking that landed. 8 SCVs went down on the side of Gumiho. 4 workers went down on the side of herO. Double mines now also killing another Phoenix. These Marines once again not moving. Double mine drop here in towards the natural and the third base. Big hits. 13 kills in the natural. Oh no, wait. 13 kills total, sorry. Not quite sure how many kills it was where, but... I can't believe how quickly this game turned around. This game in my mind was completely over, honestly. I can't believe, first of all, that herO let this Medevac escape after attacking it already with the Phoenixes. I can't believe that herO let that Adept Shade finish into 2 tanks that were set up. And a crap ton of Marines. And we still have this Viking going ham as well. Look at that. Could perhaps lift one more time. Is not quite going to do that, is it? Oh, there we go. Into the air. Bang. Gets knocked down straight away by these Phoenixes. But Gumiho is knocking on the door. Knock, knock, knocking on herO's door. herO says, hello, I'm here. And Gumiho stims all of his units. He's going to take down a lot of these adepts. Phoenix is getting targeted down as well. And I actually believe that this is going to be it for the series. Gumiho in game number 4 with a miraculous comeback. I'm not even quite sure how to describe this game. It was unreal how weird it was and how odd the entire game went. But GG gets caught and Gumiho wins the series 3-1. I mean, the only thing that really matters in StarCraft 2 is winning. It doesn't really matter how you do it. At the end of the day, it says Psystorm Gumiho was victorious. And Psystorm Gumiho is going to be very, very happy. Alright, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. If you did enjoy this series, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thank you, and bye-bye.